What if I told you that you could change your entire reality just by playing a simple game of pretend? I know it sounds like something we did as kids, but we're about to dive into a powerful idea that says your imagination might just be the key to everything you want.
So, let me just ask you this, right off the bat. Do you think you can actually pretend something into existence? It sounds like pure fantasy, right? Well, the source material we're digging into today says it's a very real power that, believe it or not, we all have.
So how does this even work? Well, the whole concept rests on something the source calls holographic thinking, and the big idea here is pretty simple. Your subconscious mind, it doesn't really have a filter for what's true or false. It just takes in information. Kind of like a computer, you know? You give it a command, and it just runs the program, no questions asked.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. This power, it cuts both ways. This isn't just about positive thinking. This whole game of pretending has a really dark side, especially when we're not paying attention and just let our negative, unconscious thoughts run the show.
Let's look at a story from our source to see what I mean. There's this man, and he makes a request. He asks, "Let 100 families provide for me." I mean, that sounds pretty great, doesn't it? Who wouldn't want that kind of safety net?
Well, the result was heartbreaking. He became a beggar. 100 families provided for him, all right, by giving him their spare change. The universe, or whatever power he asked, took him literally. It's a stark reminder that the words we use and the real intention behind them, they matter a lot.
And here's another quick one that really hits home. A woman makes a prayer, "Let others serve me." Again, on the surface, you hear that and you think, okay, she wants a life of comfort, maybe some luxury.
And the outcome is just this huge warning sign. She got her wish. She became so sick that she was stuck in bed, and her family had no choice but to serve her day and night. The game gave her exactly what she asked for, but in the most painful way you could imagine.
And look, this isn't just about old stories. This happens all the time in our own lives. Think about it. That little nagging thought, "Ugh, I bet something's wrong with my kidneys." If you let that loop run long enough, it can start to feel real. Or how many of us have said, "I hate my job, I just wish I could lie in bed all day"? Well, be careful what you wish for. You might just get a nasty flu that puts you there. Our inner voice is playing this game 24/7, whether we know it or not.
Okay, so that was pretty heavy, I know. That's the cautionary tale part. But what if we could flip the script? What if we could stop playing this game by accident and start playing it on purpose, to our advantage? Well, that's exactly where we're going next.
And the source is super clear on this. The very same power that can lead to those awful outcomes can be used for amazing things. The whole secret is just to change our intentions. Instead of letting that unconscious negativity take over, we can choose to play with purpose, with active, sunny, and optimistic thoughts. We get to decide the rules of the game.
So, you're probably asking, okay, how do I actually do that? Well, our source material gives us a playbook. It lays out 8 specific positive games we can play. Think of this as your practical guide to taking the wheel and shaping your own reality.
Okay, let's jump into the first 4 games. These are all about reframing the little things. You know, your day-to-day experiences. We're talking about your health, your relationships with people, even how you feel about the food you're eating. It starts with the basics.
And the technique here is so simple it's almost funny. If you're feeling sick, you don't focus on it. You actively, consciously pretend. You say to yourself, with feeling, "I am not sick. My body is strong and well." If there's someone you can't stand, you don't stew on it. You pretend to see something amazing in them. Even your boring lunch, you can pretend it's the most delicious, nourishing meal you've ever had. It's all about choosing a better story to tell yourself in that very moment.
All right, the next 4 games, these go a little deeper. We're shifting from the world around us to the world inside us. These are all about changing our self-perception, our confidence, and our basic trust in how life is unfolding.
So, game number 5 is all about your self-image. If you feel kind of clumsy or unrefined, you don't just accept it as who you are. No, you start pretending you're elegant. You carry yourself differently. You act the part. And the idea is, sooner or later, it stops being an act.
This one is a total classic. Fake it till you make it. When you're worried about something, the game is to show the world your confident side. Act as if you've got it all under control. By pretending on the outside, the source says you can literally change how you feel on the inside and make those troubles fade away.
Now, this next one is definitely the weirdest and most extreme example in the whole text, but it perfectly shows how powerful this idea is supposed to be. The game is this. You take something that's expired, and you convince yourself with every fiber of your being that it's a miracle cure, that it's a panacea. It's a wild idea, I know, but it really shows the absolute belief in the mind's power to create reality.
And the last game is all about letting go. When you hit a wall, when you feel stuck, you pretend that the universe has your back. You tell yourself, the Creator loves me and is arranging the absolute best outcome for me. And then, and this is the crucial part, you stop worrying. It's a game of radical, total trust.
So we've seen the scary stories, we've gone through the 8 positive games. What's the big picture here? What's the core philosophy that holds all of this together? Let's zoom out for a second.
It really just boils down to this one powerful idea. The whole goal is to take what you see as an ugly truth, like I'm sick, or I'm scared, or this situation is hopeless, and consciously, deliberately replace it with what you might call a beautiful lie. And you just keep playing that game of pretending over and over until that lie reshapes your world and becomes your new, beautiful truth.
In the original text, there's this absolutely beautiful phrase for this whole idea, yi xing zao ji. It basically means to create your reality with your heart, or to create a state of mind with your heart. And that's really the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? To lovingly, consciously build your inner world, knowing that it's the blueprint for your outer world.
So I'll leave you with a question to chew on, a very personal one. As you go about your day, just think about it. What beautiful lie are you going to start pretending is true, starting right now?